Something has been on my mind for a very long time. It's a very controversial topic. Everyone who knows about it has an opinion on it, I'm sure. And that topic is marijuana. This is in no way a pro-marijuana speech campaign or whatever. Hoorah, I'm a hippie, let's get high. No, not at all. I don't condone or believe anybody should even smoke marijuana unless they have a medicinal need for it. With that said, I would like to get to the topic, the thesis, I guess. Why is marijuana scheduled by the DEA as a Schedule 1 controlled substance, meaning no medicinal value? Well, my guess is as good as yours. Some other drugs in this category would be PCP, ecstasy, heroin, LSD, stuff like that. Now, the scheduling of all those drugs makes perfect sense. No medicinal use. There isn't. It's recreational, illicit drugs used for people to get high. Marijuana? Yeah, people use it to get high recreationally. Although, there are medicinal values to it, and people do use it in certain states that have legalized it for medicinal use. Now, how did it get made illegal in the first place? Well, a man named William Randolph first, and a man named Jerry Allinger. They both together devised a scare campaign to scare the public about marijuana, including axe murderer stories, people smoking pot and killing people, and a lot of racial issues in order to get it banned. Hearst owned newspaper, pretty much the majority of the newspapers there were in the 1930s. He also owned the mills, which produced the paper. He also owned the forest, where they got the paper from. So hemp, of course, was a very big threat to him, and the only competition he had, due to it being so easily grown, and there's a lot more uses for hemp than I can even speak in 9 minutes. So I can't go into that. Now, Allinger, he was appointed director of the newly devised Treasury Department called the Federal Bureau of Narcotics. Now, he wanted to create a whole different type of department than which they had originally thought of. So, cocaine and opiates were not the only that's all he had at the time. He wanted more drugs to basically impress himself. I would say impress others. I don't know what the heck he was doing. But effectively, August 2nd of 1937, he finally brought his campaign to the House and Senate, which was full of, in my opinion, bullshit. And finally, after it was brought to the House, there was one question, one answer, which decided the outcome. Does the American Medical Association believe there are medicinal qualities to marijuana? Well, someone jumped up and said, no, they do not believe so. Subsequently, boom, bam, hemp's gone, along with marijuana or anything structurally similar. Now, the DEA, they schedule the drugs into 5 categories, 5 being low abuse potential, prescriptions like phenergen with codeine, which is infamously known and used by the rapper Lil Wayne. Also, allergy medication, other cough suppressants, and so on and so forth. Schedule 3 and 4, they have different abuse potentials. That's the only thing that separates them. Anything in Schedule 4 has less abuse than anything in 3. 3 less abuse than 2. That's just how it works. Some examples of Schedule 3 and 4 would be Xanax, Vicodin, ketamine, Valium, anabolic steroids, to name a few. Now, Schedule 2 and Schedule 1 controlled substances are in a class of a different nature, although they are related. Schedule 2 means it has very high abuse for potential, the highest abuse for potential, although there's medically accepted uses for it. Examples of this would be Oxycontin, morphine, Dilaudid, methadone, fentanyl, all the strong opiates used for pain relief, and all the strong stimulants, including Dexedrine, Adderall, methamphetamine, which has the pharmaceutical name of Nasoxen, accepted medical use. Ritalin and cocaine, cocaine is on Schedule 2 also, saying there's use medically. Now, Schedule 1, my main focus. This means no medicinal use recognized by the federal government and extremely high abuse potential. LSD, ecstasy, GHB, peyote, heroin, marijuana. These are some of the drugs on there. Now, why is marijuana included in this list? I can't answer that. Why is it that the FDA does not recognize marijuana as having medicinal use, although the FDA did approve a medication called Marinol, which is derived out of marijuana, which uses the exact same active ingredient, THC. Why is it that in 1619 the first marijuana law was enacted that forced farmers to grow hemp seed in order to supply the nation with needed commodities? Yeah, it was illegal not to grow it at one point. Although we have seen over the course of the past decade in some states legalize marijuana for medicinal use, we've also seen abuse through that system. And that's what leaves the whole debate open. It's controversial. How can we legalize it for medicinal use and keep the people that just want to get high from getting the script? And this is abuse of the system, which leads to people who need something not being able to get it because people who didn't need it abused it, and everyone else has to suffer. The DEA classifying marijuana as Schedule 1 is wrong. It's wrong. Call me up, we'll debate it. The fact that the plant is illegal by the federal government does not at all mean that any state law has to abide by it. And we've seen, most notably California and Colorado have said, well, no, we approve of it. Now, that's because, well, terminally ill patients need it. People that can't at all sleep, they can't eat, they throw up, vomit all the time. It has just horrible side effects. Not just terminally ill patients, there's other uses for it too. Many uncountable uses, which I can't even cover in 9 minutes. I can't even get the speech in 9 minutes. This isn't enough time. The use of marijuana should be available for people who need it, not for people who just want to get high. Yeah, I don't endorse that. It's stupid. It's not. It makes you dumb, slow, couch potato. Your goals and ambitions slowly will drain, and that's that. But if you're terminally ill, that's not the case. Well, it's the case, but that's not what matters. What matters is feeling good, being able to eat, being able to sleep, being able to survive. Now, this is just all a summary of data and facts. I cannot at all even address this in 9 minutes. So, I guess I hope through this I just want to get these points of view and information to you. It's not an answer, it's not a question, it's just hopefully a thought provoker. So when the day comes that legislation is put on a ballot and is in front of you when you go to vote, you'll have a little more knowledge on what you should say, or say yes or no to. Thank you.